Straight up, Tennessee family. Why I feel like we lost? I have no idea, but we got a lot to talk about today for the next 30 to 45 minutes, man. It's going to be a show that I hope doesn't turn into complaining, but it might. A show that I hope doesn't turn into excuses, but it might. It's just one of those days that you're pissed. That's the easiest way to say it. You wake up as a fan and you're just pissed. There's a lot of good things that came out of what was a terrible game last night. We'll talk about those. And then the obvious, man, we're going to dive into it. How much can we put this law, or not even a loss? See, I almost said loss and we ain't lose. How much can we put this performance on Joe Milton versus on the coaching staff, the situation, what happened actually yesterday? So excited for today, man. Besides the point, it's Florida week. It's Florida week. And I don't care. Like, snap and clear. You got out of the game. You won. You got Florida on Saturday. It's time to play big boy football. Welcome to Straight Up Tennessee. It's the next day episode. Let's go, man.
From 40, on the way, a knuckleball. He got it!
Happy Sunday, everybody. Welcome to Straight Up Tennessee today, man, on this Sunday. Hope you're having a great day so far. For those of you locking in with us live, man, we appreciate it. Like, comment, subscribe. Man, hit the bell notification right now so you never miss a show. We are on our way to 800. I'm telling you, we're hitting 800 subs before the game on Saturday. It is Florida Gator week. We do have to talk about the catastrophe, what happened yesterday. It was ugly. It was ugly. There are some positives out of it, but we're going to dive all into it today. If you're listening on Apple or Spotify, man, thank you so much for tapping in with us as well. You're hearing this on Monday morning instead of on Sunday when we recorded it and when we went live. So thank you guys so much for rocking with us. Continue to tap in, rate this thing 5 stars, and let people know why they need to be listening to Straight Up Tennessee. On the top of the show today, man, we want to let you guys know right now about a great company called The True Tennessean. If you go to www.truetennessean.com, use the code StraightUp10, you'll get a nice little surprise at checkout. They got great merchandise, hats, t-shirts. We're working on a collaboration shirt together right now, Straight Up Tennessee and The True Tennessean together. So go on there, use the code StraightUp10, and you'll go get you a nice little surprise at checkout. Turn, what's up, Brody? What's up?
Man, you said it, man. It kind of feels like we lost yesterday, but we didn't. I mean, we won. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I planned on leaving at the end of the third quarter. I ended up on staying for the whole game.
I think everybody was ready to leave. What was cool about yesterday? Let's talk about this. And I'm curious because we didn't get to talk after the game for real. Is everybody back around you where you're sitting? Did everybody come back, or you got new people around you?
All the same around me.
Yeah, so we've got our row is the same, but now we've got my homie. There's a new dude that sits behind me. Dude, I feel like me and him are going to be bros the entire season. He just knows, he sees football like me. He watches it like me. And it was really, really cool to like bounce different stuff off of him, like what we were seeing. Him and his little lady were there. Of course, I took a friend to the game with me. And I told him, I said, next time I come back, I won't be with this ugly dude. I'll be with my wife. So he was good people, man. And so very excited for just the home games this year. The people around us. The environment was great. Kneeling was kneeling, but I want
But
to. What'd you
but
say?
at the same time, bro, I was so defeated. And it might not seem like much, but bro, not running through the tee or any of that stuff.
Well, that's where I was going to start this whole show. The pregame just felt a little dead. You're watching the boys warm up. They just looked like they were ready to get on with the rest of the night. They get into the huddle pregame. Typically that huddle is lit. Everybody in the back of their mind is like, it's Austin Peay. Like, we don't really care about this game. And it showed. Now, is this what I'm about to say? Is this an excuse or is it like actual facts, right? Like you have a 30-minute delay. So you've went through your warm-ups, you're ready to go. You have a 30-minute delay that started actually at 4:47. So we were going to be back playing at 5:17. They saw lightning at 4:59 and pushed it back again to 5:30. So at that moment, I can't cap, like inside of me, I was like, this isn't good for us. That's the last thing we needed was a delay against Austin Peay.
No, and man, I don't know. You can't blame the way we played on running to the tee. I mean that shouldn't
Man,
affect.
dog,
It
you
shouldn't affect.
can't, but dude, that's just what we do, and it didn't happen.
Well, and like guys have a routine like you go through, and like it's just like everyday life. Like I mean, like if I'm going to work, I get up in the morning, I have a routine. Like I do the same routine every morning. And if
Yep,
something happens, something comes up and I'm out of routine, it screws me up. You know what I mean?
absolutely.
I mean, atmosphere was there. Don't get me wrong, but after that rain delay, it kind of like died off.
It did. And for those of you who didn't get to the game, like what Turner's talking, it is true. Like, I mean, when they did starting lineups, you would have thought that the whole stadium was about to shake. And as soon as the starting lineups ended, you just saw the band walking away, and I was like, I literally was like, something ain't right. And then they throw up due to inclement weather. Inclement weather is in the area, and I was like, oh my god, we're gonna go on a delay, and we did, and it was a flat start from the beginning. Let's just jump in. Team comes back out at 5:17. They have 13 minutes to warm up. They go back through their passing tree. They go back through all of this stuff. Game starts. Captains walk out. No running through the tee. Teams on the sideline. It just felt weird. Like it felt weird, bro.
Yeah, I mean it was so weird. Like there was no like flyover or anything. They did it at halftime.
Yeah, weird. It just wasn't. It wasn't the Neyland effect. It wasn't. And for every fan that came to that game for the first time, I'm sorry. Like that's not Neyland Stadium. And I hate it. I hate it, but it's not. So
No, man. And I'm gonna go ahead and say my hot take. This might be disagree, whatever. There's two things right here. I'm not talking about offense yet. We'll talk about offense for a long time, I'm sure. But our defense is better. I mean, I know we gave up some stuff, but if we had the same defense as last year, call me crazy, we lose that football game.
we might have.
And Aaron Beasley might be the best linebacker in the league.
In the country. Let's just take it to that point. Aaron Beasley knows how to play football.
He leads college football right now.
And tackles for loss.
Yeah.
He's like that, bro. I mean, you just look at Bees and you're like, man, he just looks like a good player. But then you watch him and you're just like, he's just really good. He's fast, physical.
He knows what to do, man. Like when I can't remember what play it was. They did like a little running back got out in the flat, and he like takes off dead sprint at him. Ain't nobody around him. He just smart, bro. Football IQ's there.
He's played for a long time. Go ahead. Second hot take.
No, that was it.
That was just the one. Well,
I don't want to do my hot take on offense right now because we're gonna get to an argument.
God. Well, let's just dive on in, man. Like Joe starts the game off 1 of 7, 11 yards. It was a flat pass to Jay Wright on the outside. You hit Brew across the middle, drop. You hit Squirrel. Yeah. Was it 2 inches, maybe too high? Yeah. Still hit his hands. He dropped it. I think from that moment, I felt like I was like, man, it's gonna be one of those games. From that first moment, when Austin Peay goes down, hits a little field goal, we get the ball, Brew drop. I mean, bro, I ain't seen Brew that open the whole year, and it's only been 2 games. But I was just like, I can't believe he dropped the football.
I sit here and I can't, like, I don't want to blame people, and like, I see people talking about it in the chat, talking about battered ball syndrome. I think that's what gets me thinking like this is my battered ball syndrome from the past. But like, I mean, are the balls Joe Milton throwing perfect? No, they're not perfect. Can't nobody be perfect. They're hitting the receivers. You got to catch them. As a D1 receiver, you got to catch them. You know what I mean? I get that. But at the same time, it's like, man, like, well, like you throwing it too hard. Like, you know what I mean? And my wife actually made this comparison. And I was like, okay, that really hits home for anybody that played baseball. Joe Milton is kind of like what it looked like yesterday to me. Joe Milton is kind of like a pitcher for baseball that can throw it about 106 and blow it past anybody, but has no control. Like, don't know where it's going. Like, you know what I mean? And
sure.
And I mean, I don't know. I mean, you can sit here and you can blame it on Joe. You can sit here and blame it on the receivers. But at the end of the day, man, we just didn't execute. I mean, we could pick names and whatever. Wide receivers' fault is Joe's fault, but we didn't execute. I mean, we never caught a rhythm. Never.
No. The best drive we had was actually when Joe. So let's just talk numbers. Joe Milton went 21 of 33, 228, 2 touchdowns, 1 rushing touchdown. He accounted for 3 touchdowns. The numbers, if you didn't watch the game, you're like, the brother was eating. Like, but you watch the game and you're like, bro, he just struggled a little bit. And I tell people this. I talk to too many people today. I'm in too many text groups that I've actually left now because this is super annoying because some people are really, really fans and people are trolls. And I can't stand people that don't actually watch football and understand football. I can't stand it.
I get
and
that.
So did Joe Milton have a bad day? I'm going to say yes. He gets a C-. If I was grading him, I'm giving him a C-. However, term. And you told me this last night. You was like, the play calling. I don't know if the play calling is just vanilla. What did we sit here on this show the same time 2 weeks ago before we played Virginia? What did you say? What came out of your mouth?
Yeah, that it's going to be very vanilla.
The next 2 games, do not expect anything. And that's exactly what happened. But you can't go onto Boogie's page. You can't go onto Vol Report and Rocky Topology and Tennessee Athletics. And you can't see anybody saying they thought everybody's just dogging. People saying fire Heupel. I love our fan base, but I hate it at the same time because it is unbearable how we just expect to be perfect. People said Hendon Hooker's first, I guess, start was UTC in 2021. He came in the Pittsburgh game. We had UTC the next week, and he played not great. People are saying bench Hendon. He don't need to play. We didn't got nobody else, though, so he's going to have to play. And as the season in 21 progressed, he got better. At the end of the season, he was like at a point where everybody was like, okay, he's might be the guy. Let's go to 2022. We played Ball State. We did what we were supposed to do, just like we did to Virginia, right? Right? Go watch the Pittsburgh game. I go listen to Eric Kane. He's like, Hendon Hooker played horrible. It's the same week. This is the same situation. And so I just want us as fans to not just like jump the gun and just say, yo, oh my gosh, Joe Milton sucks. And people saying we can't stretch the field. That's all he did in the Orange Bowl. That's all he did. And all they're doing is they are really trying to honestly play as conservative as possible and not release the bag, I believe, until what's going to happen here on Saturday. I'm telling you, bro, there's no way you telling me we ain't finna just absolutely do whatever we want to do come Saturday.
Well, I mean, yeah, you can sit here and complain and do what ifs, but if Joe plays like he did, or if we play, and I'm not just talking about Joe. If we play like we did against Austin Peay against Florida, then something's wrong with the team.
Something's wrong. That's facts. I agree. But again, excuse me, I'm sorry, everybody. This, bro, I want me and you, and we should have did this. I should have thought about this. We should have went back and watched the Pittsburgh like videos after that game. Because it sounds a whole lot like we won that game. We came back and won in overtime. But man, were we pissed about that game.
Yeah, and
man, let's hit the chat, bro. The chat is going kind of crazy, man.
That's what I was about to say. Which one was I about to say? Yeah, and Dylan says, not make excuses, but Austin Peay had nothing to lose. This was their Super Bowl, and we came out with no injury. I'm glad it didn't bite us the win the clock. Yeah, I agree. And Austin Peay threw everything they could at us.
Dude, I ain't never seen stuff like that.
No, I mean, there was so many, like, motions, like, different, like, alignments. Like, I mean, at one point in time, they had a play, and I'm pretty sure the quarterback got a first down on this.
When they had 3 down linemen and they ran a read option.
Yes, 3 down linemen. We had 2 linemen. I'm like, man, they are throwing out absolutely everything at us right now. And they did. And they were, dude, God. I don't know if they should. I didn't watch it like on TV, but their coach, I just wanted to.
Yeah, he was a little too extra for me. I'm sorry. But, you know, they did throw everything at us. They threw everything. And for that to be thrown at us, everything that they did, nobody else in the country is going to do stuff like that. That's unorthodox, bro. That's not football. Like that's just trying to be smarter than somebody. Like, that's just weird.
That Austin Peay's offense was something like you would see a high school offense run.
Facts.
I mean, that's what it reminded me of, like a high school offense. Like, hey, we're going to try to just motion out and get everybody, just freak everybody out.
It was. I think the most concerning thing, and I want to hear from you too, bro, on this. Like, for me, I want to talk about right now the most concerning thing, but the positive thing. And I want to start on the concerning side first. For me, the most concerning thing about yesterday's game was the receivers. Like, Joe made an incredible play on the run, crossbody throw. I mean, hits Dante Thornton in the hands, and it just was a drop. And I was just like, I just don't know, man.
Well, yeah, that's what I was going to say, man. I actually had this pulled up, and kind of talking about that. We can kind of talk about this, kind of going off that. It's snap counts against Austin Peay.
Yeah.
Joe 66 snaps.
Yeah.
Jalen Wright had 30. Jabari had 26. D. Samp had 10. And I think there for the longest I think there for the longest time, Jabari had the hot hand for most of the game.
Man, Jabari played like, dude, Jalen Wright had 118 and Jabari had 97. Like,
Yeah.
I agree with the VolQuest guys, and I'm gonna let you have the floor back, Brody. But VolQuest said it. Tennessee needs to just win with the run game right now.
Yes, 100%. I mean, that if yes, 100%. I mean, I looked at it on that Pittsburgh game. Hendon Hooker's stats was
He was
and I think
27 of 44.
27 of
42.
42, 325 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
But we only had 91 yards rushing that game. Jay Wright had 47, Hendon had 27, and Jabari had 17. 10 attempts for 17 yards.
That was that game was bad, bro.
Yeah, but here's the whole thing I was getting to with snap counts and wide receivers. Ramel, 66. Brew, 66. Ramel and Brew ain't coming out of the game.
Nope.
And
Ramel Keaton, you redeemed yourself, Brody. Great game last night. Great game.
Facts.
Great game.
Yeah. Check this one out. Squirrel White, 55. Dante Thornton, 8. But that's on him. You got to catch the ball. Like, when you're in the game, if you're wanting to play, you got to make – as Dante Thornton, like, you're the guy off the bench. Like, you're not the starter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, when you're in the game, you got to do you, bro. Like, you got to show out.
Yeah.
Just catch – all you got to do is catch the ball because that was a great play by Joe. Getting out of the pocket, avoiding pressure, is a dot, and just hit you in the hands.
And I couldn't see this well. Maybe you did better. I didn't even go back and watch the reruns yet. I just haven't mustered up the want to. The slant route to Dante for a touchdown, was that just another drop?
What was it now? Say it again.
It was a down there towards the opposite. It was down in the south end zone. We were driving that drive. Joe ended up scoring on that drive on the quarterback keeper. But the first play down there inside the 10 was a slant to the slot, and Dante Thornton was there, and it was a drop. It looked like a drop to me.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was.
That was 2 big plays from him where it was just like, gosh, man.
Yeah, man, and I kind of going off the snap count too. McCallum Castles had 38 snaps. Jacob Warren had 31. I think McCallum Castles is going to be the dude by the end of the year.
Man, the way he exploded after the catch, he reminded me of what was the tight end back when the Colts were really, really good with Peyton Manning. What was his name? You don't remember his name? Dallas something, Baker, Dallas. Somebody in the chat, please help me, because I know y'all, there's some big Peyton Manning fans in the chat. Gotta be. But he played tight end for the Colts when the Colts were really good. Dallas Clark. See?
There you go.
That's McCallum Castles, bro. Like, sure hands. He's going to catch the football, and it's explosive after the play. I was very pleased.
People trying to – he just runs low too. He runs low, runs hard.
Yep.
Jump off.
Yep. Quick.
We need to hit the chat, man. We can hit the chat in a while.
Man, we don't have to spend a whole lot of time over here. I just want to go back to the top. This is facts right here. We got a lot to clean up. And it's really just the passing game, y'all. Like, can you believe it? It's just the passing game. That's it.
I mean, in the second quarter, I'm pretty sure, like in the end of the first, I'm pretty sure we were 1 for 11. And the pass was to Jay Wright.
Yep. And you know, a lot of people ask the questions why, you know, I think he was 1 of 8. Joe Milton was 1 of 8 for balls that were thrown 25 yards or more on Saturday. Can I tell you an even more crazy stat about that? He was 1 for 8. The one ball was a catch by Brew McCoy. It was a dig route. It was a great throw, great catch. Out of the 7 drops, or sorry, out of the 7 incompletions, he was 1 for 8 out of the 7 incompletions he had. Count them. Drops.
Yeah.
5. Squirrel dropped 1. Dante dropped 2. Brew dropped 1. That, like, there's no, like, the team, they said it last night, and Josh Heupel said it, and this is why I believe so much in our head coach. And for every Vol fan right now, I gotta say this. I have to say this. You talking about fire Josh Heupel, you just don't watch football. Gotta calm down. Like, the BVS cannot rise in game 2. But I say that, and it happened last year. So maybe after Saturday, and we get this win, people will get back down to earth. The sky's not falling. But anyways, the receivers got to catch the ball. And this is the facts right here. You know, Vol guy says we came out against Austin Peay flat. I'm hoping it's just that we're looking ahead to the next game. I hope so too, man. I think it is. I really do. Beasley played his heart out. When Herring and Carter were out there, we couldn't stop anything. This is proof, family, that talent can only get you so far. At some point, experience triumphs talent.
Every time. Every time.
Arion Carter, he is going, hear me, he's going to be fantastic at Tennessee. He's physical. I love the way he moves around in the box. He's going to hit you, but he doesn't know what he's doing right now. I'm sorry. He just doesn't. I'm watching him, and I'm like, you just running with your head cut off, because in high school, they just sent you on a blitz, and you were getting there every play.
Yeah.
You know, you just can't do that anymore. But this is hot. This is something I want to sit on for a second. If we don't start converting third downs, our defense will be exhausted every game. This is Wes McLaughlin. Wes, you are 100% correct. The third down woes have started again. This was the same thing that happened until the Florida game last year. Now, Florida was game 4. It's game 3 this year. These were the same things we were seeing. Quick 3 and outs. Did you see time of possession yesterday?
I've got it right here.
It was like 20 minutes to 40.
Yeah, 30. Austin Peay was 39 minutes. We were 20 minutes.
When we get into the tempo and we get a quick 3 and out and we can't get a first down on 3rd and 4, 3rd and 5, the third downs have to start getting converted, y'all. And Saturday, coming to this Florida game, that is by far. And tell me if you think I'm wrong, or anybody tell me if you think I'm wrong. That is the biggest point of emphasis for me outside of the passing game. I don't care about the defense. I don't care about any of this. It's if we get to 3rd and 3 and we just can't out-punk you, something's wrong. We got to get that going, bro. That's drive killers, man. It's 3rd and 3. We should be able to run Joe and get 3 yards every time. And Turner, I'm going to take a book. I'm going to take a page out of your book right now. I'm going to take a page out of Turner's book, the book of Turnernomics, and he don't even know what I'm about to say. But when I say it, he's going to be like, you're right. Every rewind. Ball State. Hendon didn't run the ball much. Pittsburgh. Hendon ran the ball, 2 or 3 times that game? What was the stats? Three rushes for like 27 yards?
Hendon? I think Hendon actually ran it a lot in Pittsburgh game. 15 carries.
For how many times? But see, some of them was getting out of pocket sacks.
Yeah, he said 15 for 27 yards.
Right. So you know what I'm saying? So some of it was just trying to get out of pocket. Anyways, when this happened in the Virginia game for Joe Milton, you gotta get him in the run game, man. Let him get popped one time. It just does something. It just does something to them mentally. They like get it going, man.
Yeah, and I agree with this. This is my dude. He sits in front of me. We talked about this yesterday. I
What
feel like
up,
yesterday
babe?
I feel like yesterday they put Joe on a leash and set him down with his arm. Yes, facts. Because they're for about 4 or 5 drives, and that one drive we had that we got some momentum and we started going, we were just throwing like screens, getting Joe in a rhythm. You know,
And
that's
that's
what.
all that is, man. The
Yeah,
screen is an extension of the run game. It's quick. It gets the ball into the hands of your playmakers, and they just go and make plays. It's taking over college football. Watch the Texas and Alabama game. Tell me how many screens Quinn Ewers threw last night. He at least 10. At
facts.
least 10
That's all. That's all Austin P did.
slip
Screen,
screens.
screen. Jailbreak screen.
And it's not that Joe can't make the throws. It's that I truly think this, and I'm saying this as an analyst of watching the football game. I truly think you saw what you saw yesterday because we didn't have to do anything else. We didn't have to do anything against Virginia. We took a deep shot and Ramel spoiled it. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you got to look at the flow of the game. Yesterday, we were about to take a shot. Dante and Ramel were running a crossing route. Dante took the top off the defense towards my end zone. I'm watching it. And that's the same play. They sent like engage 8, bro. They sent 8 guys.
Well, I was fixing to say Austin P honestly did a pretty good job. Like, I mean, I'm not praising Austin P, but like they were, like I said, Austin P played like the play calling was like I really felt like I was at a high school football game.
Yeah.
And because like that, like literally one play they would drop everybody in coverage, literally drop everybody, and then the next play they're sending 8 and just like hoping they get there, and they were getting there. Don't get me wrong. I mean, they were getting there pretty good.
Yeah. You know, I really like this right here. There's 3 things. Let's just talk about it, Term. It's Florida week now. We beat Austin P. Was it the way we wanted to win? No. But did we win? Yes.
Yeah,
This game Saturday, fam, we're going to find out a lot about this football team.
we will, and I know, like I know people are like going to sit here and say, "Well, Florida sucks this year. Like it's just Florida." I don't care how bad Florida sucks. Florida might not win another game this whole season, but they're going to play their best football against us.
And we got to play our best football Saturday. And I just really think we will, man. And I want to come back to another comment, but Squirrel Brew, Keaton, and Castles all had bad drops. Need to dust the jugs off the jugs machine this week and make them earn it. I agree. I think, there were two balls that I vividly remember that were just bad. The McAllen Castles drag route, what you're talking about right there, Dylan, he threw it behind him. Yes, it happens. And he threw it behind him. It still hit his hands, but it was behind him. If he hits him in stride, now seeing what McAllen Castles can do when he catches the ball, who knows what that was open, because it was just green in front of him.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of talked to you about this too last night. I was just getting kind of and like I said, I have to calm myself down because it's Austin P, and I know we're not showing anything. We're super vanilla on offense, play calling, whatever. Like we got the win. I get it. But man, I was getting so frustrated sometimes when we would like Austin P was literally playing man on Brew McCoy out there on the sideline by himself. Like I was like, please just take a shot with him. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And you want that. And we want that. I was saying the same thing. I'm like, bro, they playing press man on a man that's literally been big boying y'all all night.
Yeah.
Like, but again, we didn't have to. That's the thing that I have to keep telling myself. We didn't have to. And Tim said something here, man. The receivers have let us down so far, the most heart group of the Tennessee Volunteers, and has been the most unproductive this far.
That's facts.
They have, man. I'm sorry. If you're dropping the ball, like, yes, Jalen Hyatt had some drops last year. Cedric Tillman. Let's go back to the Pittsburgh game. Cedric Tillman dropped 2-3 touchdowns that game.
Well, here's my thing about it, man. And I said I'm kind of going back on what I said. Like Joe throwing the ball too hard, like all this stuff. And like you can sit here and blame Joe, but at the end of the day, bro, you are playing SEC Division I football. You should be able to catch a football.
I don't care how it gets to me. Give me the ball. It's like saying, I don't know, man. It's like there's no excuse for dropping the ball. I'm sorry. I'm trying to think of excuses to help, and I just can't anymore. Like the ball that Hendon threw to Brew against Alabama that he caught, that might have been Hendon's worst throw of the night.
Yeah, and you just got –
he just went up and got the ball.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't a good throw. I mean, the touchdown throw against Pittsburgh to win the game that Hendon threw, that was not a good throw. Cedric
No, it wasn't. No, but
I think that's why. So I think that's what's so frustrating is like, and like I get it. You can't really base anything off Virginia and Austin Peay because like we're not going to show anything. But like I really want to like I think we're going to see what the Tennessee offense and football team just didn't do. Yeah, I'm speaking of offense. I think defensively we're going to be okay if freaking Kamal Hadden would just turn his head.
You see what happened when he did? He's the best corner on the field. I'm telling you, he is. He's always in the right position. He got burned a couple of times, but he made up for it in pass deflections. Kamal Hadden knows how to play corner. He knows how. It's just, bro, flip your hips, turn your head. He would have had 3 picks last night.
Yeah, I mean, that one play, he got burnt. Me and the dude in front of me were talking about it. He got burnt. Don't get me wrong, but the fact that he reached his hand in there and punched the ball away before he could catch it. I mean, he makes up for it. But if he would just turn his head like he did on that interception, he might have had 3 or 4 picks last night.
I'm telling you, he would have. He would have. And I just want to say this, and I don't want to go too deep about it, but the referees, I never want to see that crew again. That was the worst game I've ever sat in, bro. The fumble that was not a fumble.
Dude, he had enough time to take 2 steps and make a cut.
And then he got the ball ripped out.
Is that what Kamal Hadden stripped it too?
Maybe. I don't remember.
I think Kamal Hadden came in there and ripped it. But that was a fumble. I mean, there's no ifs, ands, buts about it, dude. And they were how many holding calls did Ramel Keaton get?
God, dude. I've never, and that's the thing. We don't hold on screens, bro. We've never been called for that many holds, bro.
Did you see that video of I can't remember who put it up. It's a video guy for Tennessee Athletics of McAllen Castles. You see Bruce block on that play?
Yeah.
Right. He drove his dude for about 20 yards.
Yes. That's what we do out there on the outside. But people like that crew was on. What happened was they saw that Austin Peay had a shot, and they were like, "Man, what if we start to call this a little weird? Can they beat Tennessee tonight?"
Yeah, that was getting so. And then they tried to call that one pass complete when dude dropped it and it hit the ground and he took off for about 7 yards. I'm like, gosh, me too. But anyway,
talking about the receivers. Crazy thing is they're the same group from last year without Hyatt. Yeah.
And I think that's what Joe's got to do. I think Joe's got to find his guy. You know what I mean? Hendon knew his guy. It was Jay. It was Hyatt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It was, yeah.
In the beginning of the year, it changed. Hooker's guy was 100% Cedric Tillman. I mean, how many times has Cedric Tillman targeted that Pittsburgh game? I would love to know.
Oh, I remember. 18.
Yeah. I mean, it was a lot. And then
he caught 9 balls. But he was targeted 18.
Yeah, I agree with you. Go Vols deep. If it if it hits your hands, you can catch it. Perfect throw or not, the wide receivers have dropped both perfect throws and inaccurate, but they got to help Joe at some point. And next weekend is the perfect opportunity.
That's the one right there, man. That is it.
Yeah, man. I think just looking at everything that goes into that game, we were dead after that delay. I mean, I know it was only like a 30-minute delay, but we were dead.
30 minutes changed everything, man. Even me, I was tired of sitting there.
Yeah. And we got, and, you know, as a Tennessee fan, you know, you kind of said it. Tennessee fans are the worst. Sometimes we like to sit here and talk about like all the negatives, but I mean, you got to think of the positives, man. What was the big thing we were saying after last year? We weren't really talking about offense last year. I mean, sure, we were talking about is Joe going to be the dude. We were talking about defense, and our defense is going to be fine, in my opinion.
Yep, it's true. The defense is going to be fine. Turn. I just got to say this, man. Like, as we try to wrap this up, and it's hard because there's still so much to talk about. The biggest point of emphasis, man, like I said earlier, is the passing game. What does the passing game do from today when they got into the building this afternoon? What happens today to Thursday, and then they travel on Friday? What happens? What are we going to see Saturday? What are we going to see from the pass game? What are we going to see in the intermediate game? I just want to see. Here's what I want to see. And I'd love to hear what you say. I just want to see one deep ball connection, because all it's going to take is one, and it's going to open up the whole thing.
Yeah, man. And what I want to see, I want to see. God, I'm over. Like, I want to see. I'm not saying we ain't seeing football like on side, but we're very vanilla. I'm over the vanilla. I want to see like actual football. Like, I want to like this year, like the sitting here thinking about the pieces that we have, like our wide receiving core and our running backs. Like, Joe Milton shouldn't have to put the team on his back, man. I mean, it's just football. If you can run the ball successfully, the pass game is going to come.
Exactly.
Because you run football, you're getting 120 yards a game. Well, those backers are going to come when you go to play action. Those backers are going to come up, and those safeties, they're going to come forward, and then we're going to hit them over the top. I'm ready for football, because I think the weapons that we have this year, our wide receivers, sure, have they dropped balls? Sure. But I think how dangerous our receivers can be and how dangerous our run game is, Joe Milton don't have to put the team on his back. Joe Milton just has to make the throws, because the throws are going to be there.
Yeah. And that's what I'm hoping to see Saturday, man. Like, as we wrap up the next day's show, y'all, it's
like, did we see a play action yesterday?
No.
That's what I'm sitting here thinking. Like, did we see a play action?
No. We ain't seen nothing.
How many times did we run zone read? 0.
No.
My wife was asking me, it's like, why does Joe not keep it? I was like, it's because it's a designed run.
Yeah, that's not a He didn't. There was no option.
No.
There was no options. I'm telling you, bro. Saturday, it's going to be a completely different team, I feel like, because everything is at our disposal now. We've seen enough of the crap. And this is the perfect way to wrap up the show right here. We gotta take the crowd out of the game early. That is the thing. Turn, I never say this, and we haven't even done this on one of the shows, but we're gonna do it today, and we're gonna do it tomorrow, and we're gonna do it Wednesday, and we're gonna do it Friday. I want the mother ball on Saturday. Give me the ball. I don't want to play no defense. Give me the ball and let me go put 7 on your head. Let me go put 7 on you early, and then we're going to see what you do with it.
I'm with you, bro. Give me the ball. And I think, Tim, that is very well said. To sum it up, we have poor execution with vanilla play calling. Milton has put dime throws on the money that would drop balls in the Virginia game. Keaton's dropped and McCoy's out of bounds catch. I completely agree with that too. Like to an extent, like our vanilla play calling, like we're not letting our players play to the extent that they can play. You know what I mean?
Correct.
But give me. I think this game needs to be like a LSU of last year. You get up on them early, and they're going to shut down.
Tired of it.
And I can promise you this. I'm going to go ahead and call this hot take. First series, first drive on offense, we will throw at least one deep ball. I promise.
1,000,000%. And
I don't care if it's overthrown by 20 yards. We're going to try to hit somebody deep.
We're going to try to take the top off. And the last couple things is obviously we fall 2 spots. We go from 9 to 11. I think expected for me. I mean, with Texas winning and, other teams looking better, I expected it. I didn't expect maybe 11, maybe 10. But guess what? We got another opportunity on Saturday to flip the script. Tennessee opens up as an 8.5-point favorite in the swamp. When's the last time that's happened?
I can't remember.
It tells you what the media really thinks about the Florida Gators right now and Vegas.
Facts.
100%. But y'all, I'm just telling y'all right now, get your popcorn ready for this week. It's just Sunday. Wow, man. Let me throw this up, Turn. This is awesome, man. Thanks from Hawaii. Good having boys like yourselves keeping us informed when national media seems to ignore. Originally from Knox from yesterday, if Milton doesn't change and beat Florida. Woo! Hey, I feel you, Alex Gibbs. Good to see you, my friend. Welcome to the family, man. Hit that like button, subscribe. But we open up as 8.5-point favorite down in the swamp, Turn. It's Sunday. We got our live show tomorrow. Who is Florida? We might have a little guest on the show tomorrow. We'll see. Trying to wait on the last confirmation. But if not, it's just going to be me and the boy Turn tomorrow night at 7:30 Central, 8:30 Eastern. Sorry, 7:15 Central, 8:15 Eastern. We'll take this thing till as long as we have to, man. It's going to be an amazing show. We're going to talk about the Florida Gators. Who are they? Who do they return? What do we have to do to be successful? We'll have our early score predictions early in the week on Monday's show. Wednesday, midweek chat. Pump the gas or hit the brakes returns that day. And got some good questions this week. And actually, sorry, my mic just flew off of the table. Here's what I want y'all to do. Right now on this video and tomorrow's live, go ahead and send us in some pump the gas or hit the brakes questions. What are some questions that you guys have that you're like, you want us to answer? Do we want to pump the gas on it or do we want to kind of hit the brakes and say, not yet? Comment on the video when it ends. Go back into it, comment on it. We'll see them. We'll tally them up. We normally do 3 questions. Heck, it's Florida week, man. We'll do as many questions as touchdowns we think we'll score.
Facts.
But then Friday, y'all, it's the one more day, man. We do our final score predictions, playmakers of the game, has the line changed, all of that. It is a loaded week, and we thank y'all for rocking with us today for a little less than an hour on a Sunday, man. Let's go watch some NFL football. The Tennessee Titans are still not good, and I just won't talk about them until they become good, which will be when Derrick Henry is traded. Hot take there. Hope everybody doesn't hate me for saying what I just said. But, y'all, thank you so much for tonight. Thank you for today. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Tomorrow night, 7:15 Central, 8:15 Eastern. It's a banger show. Who is Florida? What'd you say?
They're going live.
Going live. We live tomorrow night, too. Pop the questions in there once we finish. We love you guys. We appreciate the love and the support. Y'all already know what it is, man. It's Straight Up Tennessee, baby. We'll see you tomorrow night live for the Who is Florida show. We out.